Hey friends, so in this quick 10-minute video, I'm going to talk about my home server. And, I say 10 minutes, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be about 10 minutes. It's pretty quick and easy. Um, I run Unraid for my home server operating system. If you've never heard of Unraid, I'll just give you a quick overview of it. Unraid is an operating system that's based on Linux. Um, it is very light and small, but very powerful at the same time. You can put it on any type of hardware you want, and you can go from there. There is a cost associated to it. It comes in three pricing schemas. Um, there'll be details below in the description that will give you the places to go find out how much this operating system costs. And the things I'm using it for is really four core functions. Like I'm running it for all of my backups of my files on my different computers and devices, iPhones, iPads, computers, laptops, things like that. I'm also using it to host my own media. So my movies, all of my DVD collections, TV shows, things like that, my music, and all of my photos. Um, I'd say probably maybe 25 years worth of photos, if not more. Everything from my first like digital camera all the way through like now plus archiving old photos digitally. Like I just got a lot of media going in there. My server's not super huge and compared to some of the other folks out there on YouTube. I consider my server to be modest. It's about 12 terabytes. I've got two caching drives, and as you see on your screen in front of you here, like this is basically the dashboard for the server. And actually, you know what? This is the dashboard for the server because that's what it says right there, dashboard. Um, Not the biggest processor out there, but perfect for my needs. Four cores. I'm running 32 gigabytes of RAM. I'm running about 12 terabytes of usable space out there. Like, you know, it's pretty good. I'm happy with it. I've got two different caching drives going on, about a terabyte of caching drive space, and I'm running some VMs on it. I've got an Ubuntu VM called PG Rancher. Check out my DevOps at Home video if you want to know more about what that one's doing. And then I've got this one over here. Says Win10 LOD VM. So that LOD name again here. That is my homage to my history of running my own home servers. So my first home server was probably maybe 2002, 2003, around there. And it was just an old Dell workstation I had laying around. It was probably running Windows 10 at first. I knew eventually I put Windows Home Server on it. Again, doing the same thing, just my movies, my music, my files, my photos. Um, and that's what LOD stands for, little old Dell. And yes, it is running in the GoGo Richie data center. That's what I call my garage and my rack. Um, I'll do a video on that sometime of what my rack looks like in my garage. The real reason why I really like this operating system is because it is simple. Like I don't have to put a lot of thought into it. I throw some hard drives in it. I configure the hard drives the first time, and they're off and running. Like uh, I'm running Docker containers on here to host all my own services. So I use this server to help me break up with Netflix and all those other streaming services. I'm running my own Plex server on here, which I consume this media all the time on my Go, on my phone, on my iPad. My wife watches it on Fire TV, Roku TV. We've got about 650 movies. I don't know, 630 movies ish. Um, yeah. So look, I'll tell you a couple things that's around there, and let's talk about Plex first. Okay, so Plex server, if you don't know what it is, it's your own kind of media service server. Um, you put your content onto a place on your network. I'm gonna say that a place on your network where you can access that content, and it will package that content up and give it to you in a service like Netflix kind of style. So I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so we're gonna just hop into my Plex server, and you can see that there are movies in here. So everything, like my wife went to the Goodwill and she picked up some DVDs while she was there, dropping off some donations, and we always put content from like um, garage sales or things like that. Like we buy a lot of DVDs at garage sales and uh, thrift stores because we know you're gonna pay like $1 for them, maybe 50 cents for them, and they're movies we really like. And there's some premium movies like Equalizer 3. So I bought that DVD, um, at Walmart. My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3. We really like the collection of those movies, so we bought that at Walmart as well. Our musical movies, movies like that. TV shows. We're really moving over all of our friends' DVDs, or I should say my wife's friends' DVDs to it, and I'm starting to watch it for the first time. I've got an antenna, and I'll talk about how I got my own streaming TV shows on here. But we call our server RichFlex. So RichFlex is up and running, and Hallmark movies and Crime 360. These are locally host services from Plex. And then we've got our RichFlex channels. Currently, there's a football game on, Meet the Press, stuff like that. I don't know what this is. I don't want to click on it because I don't want to have any DRM issues with it. So, but it looks like it says it's Mission Impossible Day of Reckoning, and I don't think that that's actually on. That's actually on CBS currently. So I'm going to say that's probably wrong. But, everything else on here is what's on those live channels. So, instead of paying for, a streaming service like Hulu or YouTube TV, I put an antenna on my roof and I feed that content into my Plex server as my own live service. And then Plex has their own live channels. Let's see, Plex channels. And we supplement some of our streaming services with these things. These are free. They're ad-based, content, just like your normal channels. So we watch content that way. Now, speaking of Plex, in addition to that, I've also got a couple of things running on my Plex server. So like you see this one here is this Tutuli. And then you see this one here called Plex Meta Manager. So Plex, so Tutuli is a tool that lets me see what's going on, helps me manage my Plex server. I'm looking at it right now for about 9,000 days, and I get a nice little graph out here of how my users are consuming my media, what days of the week are the busiest, days of hours, which devices are, which people are consuming the most media, things like that, what type of the most popular devices are. We play a lot of music through Alexa, so you see Alexa right here, will last 30-day period. Same thing with like Plex Meta Manager, kind of gives me that same kind of thing. Moving on, then like I've got another tool here. It's called Photo Prism, and the best way to show you Photo Prism is actually just I'm going to show you their demo. Then I won't have to be going into all my photos or anything like that, but this helps me replace those Google Photo subscriptions and things like that, videos, everything like that. I can pull in my photos. I can do the geography or day of the week kind of thing, or locations, and see them all on the map, that kind of stuff, where the photos are taking place. I can do facial recognition in it, and this is all running local, so this isn't going to someone else's cloud. This is all on the the GoGo Richie network. Good tool there. Then I've got another one designed for helping me on my backups. Everything else on here I would say are like, supporting services. Like I want to know some speed tests on my network, or I've got this indexing database here. I got this database here that's capturing all my details from my devices, and probably the most active device on here. Look at this. All these logs coming in constantly. Every IoT device in my house writes back to here. Every smart service or device writes back to here. And I'm consuming it all onto an InfluxDB database. If you want me to talk more about that, comment below and I'll go deeper into that. But yeah, so that's pretty much what I've got running on my server. Nothing too fancy. Files, movies, music, the usual kind of stuff, some backups, those kind of things. Yeah, that's it. If you got any questions or you want to hear something else and learn something else that I'm running on my network, comment below what you want to hear about next. Have a great day. Bye.